Hello everyone, my name is Danish. I am a self-taught photographer and filmmaker based in Karachi, Pakistan. In this video, I want to show you guys how to capture and edit better pictures at night in low light using your smartphone only. We will be editing directly on smartphone, so please stay tuned. And this is the picture which we are going to edit, and we will create its look something like this finally. So yeah, let's jump into this. The particular phone I'm using is Samsung Galaxy S6, which has a 16 megapixel main camera and having the aperture f1.9, which is pretty good in low light. So I will use the stock camera software because I'm not a big fan of using third-party softwares like Retrica or Camera Wow 360 or whatever the names are. So let's jump into this. When you tap for the focus, there is a slight exposure adjustment bar on your right side. You can see that if you take it down, the noise reduces, and when you take it up on the upper side, you see a lot of noise ingrained in the image. So this is the main technique when you're capturing in the low light, because you can recover the highlights while you're editing. So just take it down to the maximum as you can, and then you see the difference, and now you can capture the image. After capturing image, now we will go to the Adobe Lightroom. If you don't have it, just download it from the Play Store or your App Store if you're using iPhone. If you're using iPhone or Android, whatever device you're using, just download it from the Play Store, and then let's follow the steps I'm following. Okay. Hello everyone, so now we are in Adobe Lightroom as we have been capturing the images. We will go to add photos. This is the camera folder, and this is the image we are going to edit. Let's jump right into this. Click add, and here you go. Here are the two images. Okay, now this one is the image we are going to play with. This is the full-size image. You can see the colors are pretty much oversaturated. This is what Samsung does with their stock camera application. So if you start the menus on the bottom and center bottom, and you can see the first one option is for the crop. If you go it, we have the aspect ratio, auto straighten option, and now we will go to auto straighten so that it should straight away the image. Now yes, it's done a good job. Now you can see at the bottom right the tick mark, just tap it. Okay, now the next tab is about the filters. We're not going to use that. Filters, cool camera, blah blah blah. Now here, if you want to revert back, just see on your top right corner, the second button is go undo apply. Now the next tab is the manual controls, the manual settings. This is what we are going to play with. First of all, you see an aperture blade on the left side. Just tap on it. Here you can see all the settings: basic, tone, vignette, split toning, color, black and white, dehaze, and lens correction. We'll start with the basic. Start with the white balance, set it to auto. That's good. Now you can differentiate between different colors. Now go to exposure, just increase it to 2 bars, that's plus 0.41. We don't need to adjust the contrast. Now it's the highlights. Since we have controlled the exposure during capturing the image, we took down it to the bottom so as to reduce the noise level. Here is a new trick. If you go to highlights, just take the highlights up so that you can brighten up all the lighten areas. Then you go to shadows. We will take down the shadows in order to reduce the noise in the dark areas to the half. That's it. Now we go to whites, increase whites a little bit, and then if you go to black, take down the blacks a little bit. That's it. We are not going to change the clarity, vibrance or saturation. That we will do. Saturation we will do of each separate color individually. Now tap on the aperture blade and go to color and black and white. Now here we have three things: hue, saturation and luminance, and these are the different colors which we can play with. First of all, I would like to show you that the color of this building is actually not what it looks like in this picture. It is yellowish color, so we will first of all play with the hues of the orange. Change it. If we take down, it's going to be red. That's not our choice. We'll take it up to a bit yellow. This is good. And now we are going to play with greens. Guys, this is my way of editing, how I edit and tone images. Maybe you can do it differently, you can experiment it differently, but this is all my way how I edit and manipulate my images. Now let's play with the green. If we take it down, it gives us a warmer tone of the green. If we take it up, it gives us a punchy green color. So we will just go with a slight rise in the green. Alright, that's it for the hue. Now we go to the saturation. We can increase the saturation of the yellow, orange, or we can reduce it. In this case, we are going to reduce the saturation. This looks good. Now we can increase the saturation for green as it really pops up. Just this, that's enough, more than enough. Now for the luminance, you see the building looks quite dark. We can increase the luminance of orange to make it pop out like this, and then the green as well. Yes, now it's look good. I wish there were no person sitting on the bench, but still, this is just a tutorial. You can do whatever you want. You can clone the people and grass and everything, and you can even remove the dustbin which is visible over here and the bench on the left side. Everything is going to be removed and it will look a clean image. So we're not going to do that. I'm just teaching you how to tone your images. All these things are done. Now we will go tap this selection bar, and then the next thing is tone curves. This is where all the magic happens. We will go to point RGB, and now you see this line. The top portion of this line is highlights and the bottom portion is shadows. So if you are moving the bottom portion up or down, left, right, you're playing with the shadows, and if you're moving the upper portion anywhere in the curve, then you are playing with the highlights. So I will just lift the shadows up to give it a faded look like this. This is good. And then I will drop down it near the shadows bar a bit to give it a faded look at night time. Now if you want to add red, blue or green color to your shadows and highlights, you can do that from here, and you can do this same thing in split toning as well. Now if I go to point blue, I just like blue tints in my shadows, so I will lift it up from shadows. You see it goes from all the way up, and if we take the highlights down, so it is removed from the highlights. So this is not what we are going to do. We will just increase from the shadows a bit and take it down from the highlights. All the shadows should be affected with the blue tint. Now this looks good. After that we are going in dehaze. Dehaze is, it clears up the haze or mist from the image. If you take it all the way down, you can see that the image is quite misty or hazy. That is why it is named dehaze, because it reduces the haze from the image to make it look more realistic. Now the rest of the things is split toning, color and black and white, lens correction. We're not going to mess up. Lens correction was recently introduced by Lightroom Mobile, but it only works on if you are capturing raw images from your DSLR and then you import it in your Lightroom Mobile. Then the lens correction is going to work. Otherwise, if you're capturing from the phone, it doesn't work pretty well. So we're not going to use it. Just now the basic correction. We will increase the exposure a bit, and that's it. Now you have to export the photos. You see then on the top right corner this button, just tap over it and it will give you option save to gallery. Tap over the save to gallery and then it will ask you about the resolution of the image. Just go for the highest available quality and tap OK. Now it is exporting photos. It takes time and it's done. Now we are going to close the Lightroom and open up the gallery. So here is the gallery and here is the Adobe Lightroom folder, and you can see this is how we have edited our image. This is the final image. I hope you guys like it, and if you have any questions regarding anything I've done in here, just leave in your comment section or you can email me. And if you need any other tutorials like in the daylight, I have a plan of uploading a tutorial for daylight photography and tuning, so I will do that soon. But if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, just leave in your comments, leave the comments section, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this, and share it with your friends as well to create awareness about smartphone photography. Thanks, cheers, bye.